Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today is our first full week of all of our kids being back to school. It is Monday and it is time to get all the things done this morning. The first thing I wanted to do was grab some coffee and come out here and let Pepe out. Try to call the cats in so I can feed them. Sometimes they sleep outside, sometimes they sleep inside, but I always like to start the day just letting the dog out, saying good morning to the chickens. And unfortunately, Marie is not ready to go outside. We've had her outside a couple times, but certainly not unattended yet. I'd like to keep her indoors as long as I can. Anyway, let's jump into this beautiful day. If you're new here, my name is Laura Nicholson. I love to share all things homemaking here on my channel, and I would love it if you would subscribe. And if you're returning, it is so great to see you. Okay, let's jump into this very, very busy morning. So the first thing I wanted to do was sit down, have a cup of coffee, look at my schedule for the day. Then I am going to go ahead and run into my closet, get ready for the day. I originally planned on filming my full morning routine, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, my camera did not record that one particular part. I have no idea why, but I came in here, had a full morning, made a huge breakfast for the kids, made bento boxes for all the kids, got everything done, and for whatever reason, when I went to upload it all into my computer, that one part of my morning was missing. So I will have to refilm that for you guys another time. But I wanted to sit down, have a cup of coffee, go through my weekly schedule. I usually do a little quiet reading or meditation, but because this is our first full day back, I kind of was a little bit not in the headspace for that. One of my babes came down and was dreading going to school, which I don't blame him. I felt so bad. My husband usually goes to the gym around 5:30. He had just come in. It was about, 6:30 in the morning at this point. And I was feeling so bad for them. I hate when the kids have those Monday scaries of going back to school. And we had two kids this particular day that were really not wanting to go to school. But I know what's best for them is to just rip the Band-Aid off, head to class, and meet their new schoolmates, their teachers, and they'll get into a new routine. Just like for me, it's scary after summer of enjoying everything and not really having a strict routine to having to get up and do all the things as well. I empathize with them, so I figured it was time to get up, go make them a nice big breakfast. Today I did sausage, bacon, we did eggs, and I did pancakes just to have something nice in their bellies. And then I also did a really wonderful bento box for them, which we'll be bringing back because 3 of 4 of my kids say they love the bento box. So I thought they were too old for it, but apparently they're not. So anywho, I ran into my room. This is about 6:45. I go in, I kind of get set for the day. I like to get dressed and just kind of like that, get my makeup on. I always use Typology. I'll link it down below. It's really, really great for your skin. But it's a very light makeup. I get that going. Then I get their breakfast going, lunches. I'm usually done with my morning routine by 7:30, meaning breakfast and lunch is already done. I'm already ready for the day. So by the time the kids leave, I can jump into our to-do list, which today is absolutely massive. We are going to be deep cleaning the tabletops in the house. I want to clean the kitchen. I want to get the floors cleaned. And then I have some major food prep to do because today I was kind of scrambling for lunch because I didn't prep anything. So today we are going to prep for the week ahead for lunches. I'm going to make some shredded chicken, 3 different recipes with that. I'm going to be cutting up a bunch of vegetables for recipes throughout the week and just kind of getting myself set. And if there's time, I wanted to make some ice cream for the kids, which is kind of something we had talked about doing this summer. And I finally ordered the Ninja ice cream maker from QVC, and I can't wait to show it to you. I've already decided all these crazy flavors. I can't wait to show you. But here is their lunch for the day. We did peanut butter and jelly for one, and then I did some grilled cheese for the others. We're going to get them packed up and off to school, and then we're going to sit down and get our day planned and get started because we have so much to get done. Tell me in the comments down below if you have children, have you guys already gone back to school, or are you the lucky few that don't go back until September? We are so envious, but we've been back to school now for a week. Well, some it changes because I've got 2 middle schoolers, 1 elementary, 1 high school, so it's all over the place. But I'd love to know in the comments down below if you have headed back to school like we did. So now that it is officially quiet in my house, which feels like the first time in months, I am going to take a look at my to-do list. I'm going to cross-reference all of my recipes to see what I need to cook. I'm finishing my little shot from Factor. I love those things. It's like ginger, turmeric. It's just a great energizer. I think it has a little bit of cayenne in it too. I like to have that in the morning. And then I wanted to get just basic cleaning done. Once I'm done cleaning, we are going to start food prepping. I have my full list to do. I think I'm going to share that in another video just because it's there's the way that I organize my to-do list. I think I need to explain it, and I didn't really think about it in this video. So I will do that in another video, just explaining exactly how I do block scheduling and how I actually do task stacking, which is a really great way to get a lot more done in a shorter period of time. But today, we have so much to do. When I downloaded the footage from today, this is Monday, what is it, August 17th? No, 18th, sorry. It was over 5.5 hours of footage. That's how long this day was. Like, it was pretty intense. So I know I said that my morning routines are typically kind of a little bit more chill and block scheduled. This particular day, we had just gotten home from Pebble Beach. We were there for car week, and we had to turn around and get the kids packed and in school. So my to-do list today was a little frantic. I wanted to make my bed, get my room tidy so I could turn on my Robo-Rock, grab all of the stuff from my suitcase. I unpacked all the kids, but I did not unpack myself. So I wanted to get that done and get the laundry started. I kind of feel like those are the two things I like to do in the morning: make my bed, get the laundry out of the bathroom, get the laundry started, and always have dishes going. So I already had started the dishes when the kids were in here having breakfast, so that would be ready to go by the time they left, and then I could restock the dishwasher with everything from breakfast. But these are the ways I kind of like to habit stack and task stack things I have going on so that I'm consistently moving around. It also keeps me from kind of having those lull moments where I'm kind of don't have, like, I'm waiting for the dishes to be done. I've got 20 minutes, and then an hour later, I'm already doing something like reading, dead sea scrolling on the internet or Instagram or something like that. I watch YouTube videos just like you guys do. So I find that when I habit stack on days, especially like today, where I really did have a lot I needed to get done and the house was empty and quiet, and for me, that is like a golden hour. There's nothing I love more than being alone in the house with my music going. I will link my music playlist down below that I like to listen to, and just get things done and tidy. It really does make me feel at peace. So habit stacking is just basically getting your to-do list and then stacking things in a block schedule so that by the time the laundry's done, you're already finished with the dishes, and you kind of just move about your day that way. So again, now that the kids and everyone's out of the house, it is time for me to start getting things tidy. So the first thing I want to do is get my surfaces cleared so I can deep clean everything. I want to deep clean the cutting boards. I didn't actually do that this day because I was going to use them, but we're going to be doing that in the next video. I found a really, really great hack on how to really deep clean your cutting boards. The other day I was making pancakes and my daughter said, don't cut on the cutting board because when you cut on the cutting board, it tastes like garlic. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember when I was a kid and I felt the same way. So we are going to be deep cleaning those. I usually do, but they do have an essence of garlic because we definitely cut a lot of garlic on there. So we're going to be doing that. But today it was just deep cleaning all the tabletops. Marie has been such an angel. She will be in this video a lot today, but she loves decor. And I always get questions down in the comments of how do you keep your cats off your decor? Well, to be honest, since having cats, my cats don't really pay any mind to any of my decor. Every now and then they'll jump up on a surface, but it's really rare. Marie loves surfaces and she loves decor. So I am going to learn how to get her to not come up here, but it's one of the reasons I really wanted to deep clean all the surfaces is she's kind of been up here, although I think it's because when she was a baby, like when we first got her, we were feeding her on a little mat up on the table, and it just to keep the other cats from trying to eat with her in the morning, because they all come in and eat at the same time, and I want to feed them together because that's how we got them to all be friends, but it kind of created a bad habit. So we're going to have to break that habit. We're not doing it today, but today we are going to deep clean these surfaces. I have so much other stuff I want to do around the house this week now that the kids are back to school. I really have that space and clarity to be able to get things done, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. I'll probably be posting a lot more now that the kids have gone back to school and I can focus more on things around the house, and I don't have to be as present between the hours of 8 and 3 with my kids. I can really focus on things here, so I'm really looking forward to that. I also have a lot more fall decorating I want to do. I have some fun projects around the house I want to do, and I plan on filming all of that. So if you like that type of content, definitely hit the subscribe button. And in about 2 weeks, maybe 3, we are going to start decorating for Halloween. I can't wait. Now that I have pretty much everything removed, I'm just going to do a quick kind of quick deep clean on this. So the thing I thought today, we're going to do a bunch of food prep, so I know I'm going to have to clean this twice, and I wanted to use a salt and baking soda mixture to really deep clean not only the surfaces, the wood surfaces rather, but also my cutting boards. But I thought it'd be kind of silly to do that in today's video since I'm going to be cooking in here. I want to do this in 2 parts. So today I'm just going to be using very hot water with some like a little bit of dish soap. We're going to let that sit for a minute and then dry that. I'm going to do that here. And then we're also going to go in the front room. I'm going to take all of the tabletop decor off there because I have another idea for something we're going to do. If you like fall decor like that, definitely hit the subscribe button because I have a new tablescape coming that is so pretty. I'm getting so excited for the holiday seasons, you guys. We are 2 weeks away from it being September, which officially means it can be fall if you want to decorate. So I hope my channel has brought you lots of inspiration for how you're going to be decorating for fall in your home. If you do, some people do Halloween, then a little bit for Thanksgiving, and then they do Christmas. But either way, whatever brings you joy, that's what you should do. So in here, I'm going to just let this dry. And then again, tomorrow, after we do this massive cooking day, we will come in here and I will go ahead and deep clean this with the baking soda salt mixture. since I'm pretty much done in this area, I wanted to get the Robo Rock going. If you guys aren't familiar with that, I mean, if you're on this channel, you know what it is, but it's basically a vacuum and mop. It will go around the house, vacuum everything, and then go back through and mop throughout the house. I just absolutely cannot live without this thing. I also have a Dreamy, but for whatever reason, I haven't been able to get that one to work either. I don't know. It's got to be a me problem. I need to sit down and actually rework the app. I think that would really help. But if you have a house with a lot of traffic, lots of people in and out, kids, pets especially, I highly recommend grabbing one of these. They are amazing. They will literally vacuum and mop your house every single day. I can't remember the last time I needed to like deep clean mop the house. I do a couple times a month, but I used to do it every single day because we have pets. We have 4 cats, we have a dog, we have chickens, we have it all. Okay, it's just a very, very busy. As we have 4 kids is probably the main the main factor. But if you are looking for someone to vacuum mop your house every day, I highly recommend getting one of those. It's worth every single penny. It constantly goes on sale. I will link it down below if you're interested. Here is Marie sleeping with Enzo. I am so happy. All the cats get along so well. I am just like, you always get nervous when you bring a new pet into the house, but I'm very, very happy with how these two are getting along. Hi, if you want to give them lovies, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. We are going to be talking all things possibly new chickens in my next video, so don't forget to subscribe so you can hear all about that. We have some news about our chickens that I want to share with you, but we'll do that on another day. The last thing I want to do is clean up in here. We're just going to tidy up right before that Robo Rock comes in. I want to make sure I clean all the surfaces. That way, if there's any crumbs or dust or anything like that, the Robo Rock can go ahead and clean that up. Well, I can head into the other room. We have already had this tablescape for, I want to say, about a week or two. I'm ready to change it up. You will see Marie just loving all the decor in here. She is so funny. Again, will learn how to, teach her how to, not jump on things and play with the decor. But right now, she's still very little and we're trying to work through that. But the last thing I want to do in here, tidy up this table, get all the decor pulled off, and then we're going to deep clean this table. And then eventually we're going to head into the kitchen and I'm going to share some really great, easy ways to prep a bunch of food for recipes. So dinner time is an absolute breeze for you. I think Marie was sad to see all of that decor go. I kind of felt bad, like I wanted her to be able to play with it on the floor, but again, we're trying to teach her good habits. Didn't stop her from playing with this grapevine pumpkin, which she played with for quite a while. She is just an absolute angel. I cannot tell you what a lovely addition she's been. Even if it means a little extra cleaning, it's worth it. Anyway, so we are going to deep clean this table today. Again, we're going to go through with just the hot water and the dish soap. And then today, on Tuesday or the next day, I'm going to go through with the salt and baking soda. I think that will really, really help give this a deep clean. We had some people over for dinner and there was a wine glass stain here on it and it came right up. So if you are just looking for a simple way to deep clean your tabletops, this is always a great method without using the baking soda and salt. I found that letting it sit here for a minute or two, sometimes I'll do this and then go walk away and go do something else, really allows it to get into those porous parts of your hardwood and really, really deep clean it. So we're going to do that in here. I didn't have too much I needed to tackle in this room other than just getting these tables reset. We are not going to decorate today. Today's a cleaning and food prep day. I had already gone grocery shopping on Sunday. I just had everything staged up in the refrigerator. I wanted to spend the day with my family. I'm probably not going to be filming at all on Sundays. I don't typically, if I do a Sunday reset, I typically film that on a Saturday. If the kids are out and about doing stuff, I usually try to spend all of Sunday with our family. So today, we are going to be food prepping all the stuff I picked up on Sunday morning. I have some fruits, vegetables, my garden, which I'm going to actually, when I'm done getting this video up on Tuesday, I'm going to head into the garden. I will film that. We are going to do the deep cleaning of the surfaces. I'm going to be showing you the ice cream, how it turns out. We're going to be doing some gardening, laundry, and then I'll probably do kind of a PM routine, just show you kind of how I get all the kids home, get their homework going, reset the house after the kids come in with all their backpacks, lunches, things like that. And then I'm not sure what I'm making for dinner. I need to go look on the whiteboard downstairs. I have no idea. Everything is prepped for the week. I just don't know exactly what I picked for tonight. Last night, we had the teriyaki chicken and roasted corn and salad that we are prepping in today's video. But anyway, I digress. So the garden is not making very much in the ways of tomatoes, and my bell peppers haven't come out yet. I don't know what's going on. We're having a very strange growing season. It is also not really hot here. We did pick up some tomatoes from our friend's house. They ended up getting some. I'm not sure if it's just because where they live is hotter than our house, but I was really bummed about it. So while that's all soaking, we're going to soak our fruits and vegetables in a little bit of vinegar, and then I'm going to make some shredded chicken and some marinated chicken. We're going to take 4 pounds of chicken, throw it into the Instant Pot with some chicken broth. I'm going to cook that for 10 minutes. We're going to be making 2 different recipes with that. One is going to be a shredded barbecue chicken sandwich. I'm not making that in this video, but I'm prepping the chicken for this week. The other one is going to be a shredded chicken Southwest salad with chipotle ranch dressing, which is so good. I love to use that rotisserie chicken spice. If you guys want to pick it up, I will link it down below. It is really, really good. And it just gives it the best flavor. I don't know why. It's so simple, but it's really delicious. So the 2 different recipes we're going to do, one is just going to be whole chicken breast with some soy teriyaki sauce. I get that for like $2 at Trader Joe's. And then the other one is going to be a red curry we're going to do for a coconut curry another night. We're going to actually dice up those chicken breasts. They'll be ready to go. I actually like to keep my marinades sitting up like this in that little bag holder. I'll show you when we go to put this in the refrigerator how to do that. It is so nice to just keep it upright like that. That way you don't risk anything spilling. The other thing I would say is after a while of food prepping in the freezer, I have to tell you I'm not a huge freezer meal fan. I like fresh food that I can just pull right out of the refrigerator. I've just found that unless I'm traveling or I know that like my husband's going out of town and I need like a quick lasagna or something, I just have to say I like having food prepped and ready to go to make fresh. Tell me if you're the same down below or if you prefer to have everything in the freezer. I find that I forget to defrost things. I find that vegetables that have been frozen, the flavor is not the same. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the map on it. I've tried both ways. Obviously, you guys have seen on this channel, we've tried months of freezer meal prep ahead, and I've tried this method. This is the method that I prefer, which is getting your recipes out, ready to go for the week ahead, prepping the ingredients, having them ready to go. It just happens to be the way I prefer to do things, but to each their own. So these are the two sauces I used, and I will film those cook with me videos as well. So for the kids, grab snacks after school, I thought we'd do some eggs. My kids love hard-boiled eggs. I do as well. Great high protein snack, put a little salt, pepper, maybe some cayenne on top. So yummy. And then I am going to be showing you how I prep each of these vegetables for the week ahead and which recipes they're going to go with, because I love all of these things. We're kind of coming into that pepper season. I always try to cook with things that are in season. So of course we're going to have lots of tomatoes in today's recipes, bell peppers, cucumbers, you name it, we're going to be making it. I got a bunch of these new glass food storage containers. I did have some plastic ones for a while and a couple with wooden tops that just didn't hold up properly. And I wanted something that was really, really, really sturdy, but also healthy. And I found these at HSN. They are on sale for, I think I got the set of 18 for $28. I will link them down below. I have two different sets. Actually, I have three different sets. Some that are smaller for actual like meal prep that are rectangular. And then I have the bowl ones, which are larger. And then the smaller ones for things like, like I'm going to chop up all these herbs and things that are a little bit smaller. I wanted some smaller glass ones, so I will link them down below because they have the greatest deals right now on those. I know through the month of September, there are a bunch of deals coming out for these as well. So if you're looking for that, I will have them linked down below. I will be using them all fall and winter, so if you're looking for them at any time, they'll be down there. I'd love to know, we're coming up at almost the halfway point of today's video. My videos are typically on average between 17 and 25 minutes long. But today's video is, I want to say, almost an hour long. Tell me in the comments down below, would you prefer to have some longer videos like this? Do you enjoy having them on in the background? Do you like this type of content on the regular? Or do you like the quick and easy 15-minute, just kind of sped up version of things I do? Typically in a video, whether it's 25 minutes or an hour long, my content, I usually have about at least 3 hours, if not more, of actual real content that gets edited down. However, I thought with this video, I would go a little bit slower. If you are looking to put something on for an hour, because that's the kind of content that I find myself looking for. If I see a video that is probably under 20 minutes, I typically will steer away from it only because, well, frankly, there isn't anything that I do during the day that only takes about 20 minutes, and I don't want to stop and have to re-find another video. I like to just have something lovely playing in the background. Kind of feels like I'm cooking, cleaning, and decorating with someone else, which for whatever reason is just really soothing for me. So if you like that, please let me know in the comments down below if you like this content, or maybe wait till the very end. Make sure you like how the end is, and let me know if you like a longer form content, at least maybe once or twice a week. Basil has been another thing that is not growing as well as it did in the beginning of the year. Again, I live in Northern California in the wine country, just north of San Francisco, and it's been a very, very mild summer. However, it is starting to heat up again, and I have found after living here pretty much my whole life that we typically get a later summer. So September, October, which really doesn't feed well into my cozy fall vibes. But right now it's lovely. I'm in sweatpants. Even now as I'm doing this voiceover, it is in the 60s outside and it's just lovely and I'm cozy, but it's going to change and it's going to be sweltering hot outside probably in September, October, which is such a bummer because those are the months that I want to be cozied up by the fireplace, but it won't be happening. Our eggs are done and ready to come out. We are going to take a moment, let these chill, and then I am going to take the shells off of these and get them in the refrigerator for the kids. I want to start prepping their fruits and veggies for the week. Again, this makes things really easy. This morning, I popped up, made the kids lunch, was able to pull this stuff out and prep their meals really, really easily. Everything is washed, cut, and ready to go. Cuts down on time, especially the way I look at it is right now, I've got my music going, everything is chill in the house. I had some murder mysteries and some other wonderful women's YouTube videos going up, cooking and cleaning their homes that I just love. I'm always looking at new things. I always go to find new stuff over at YouTube at New For You. I just find that to be really great. If you hate the ads, get premium. I'll have it linked down below if you're interested. I really, really enjoy that. I never have to watch ads on here. and I just find it to be a little bit more enjoyable of an experience. So if you want to do that, it's a great way to kind of just enjoy my videos without having the ads that YouTube puts on them. So anyway, I was going to say one of the things I like about this time of the day is it's nice and quiet in the house. I have my videos going. I think I'm listening to a podcast this particular day. I kind of was playing all kinds of different stuff. I move it around and I can prep all of this, but when the kids are home and it's time to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, tends to be the time of day when my stress gets a little bit higher. So to have all of this prepped in the refrigerator, organized and accessible, makes those types of the days a little less stressful for me. Now, when I put my food order in, I did order jalapeños, forgetting that I just harvested about 5,000 of them out of my garden. So I decided we're going to try to pickle them today. I forgot to salt this, so I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. I had a little bit of a brain fart. I don't know what was going on. But anyway, I have just a regular brine in here without the salt, which I don't know if it's going to be any good. And then I put some chopped garlic in there. And then I'm also going to be doing the same thing with all those cayenne peppers I pulled out. They are very spicy. So we're going to do the same thing. That time, I didn't forget the salt. I think it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. I've been having just a heck of a good time doing canning things this summer. I mean, I usually don't do things like that, and I am really enjoying it. Today, we're going to be making a pasta sauce, canning some pasta sauce that I got from the Roma tomatoes in the garden, and it turns out so yummy. I can't wait to show you. It will be finished different, but again, we'll wait till later in this video so I can tell you exactly how I do that. So our chicken is done. It is delicious. I peeled a couple pieces off for myself for lunch. So good with that rotisserie chicken seasoning. It's all you need. It is really, really yummy. Then I am going to actually save the broth that I'm going to cook our pasta sauce in. So I just put that to the side. I did have a little cup of that because it's just so yummy. But I am going to shred all of this chicken, and then I'm going to take half of it for our Southwest salad and half of it for that barbecued chicken, kind of like a sandwich we're going to do later in the week with some waffle fries. So I want to separate those again using those HSN bowls. Love them. They're great quality. I love the way the closure is on them. It doesn't click in. It's usually those click in ones that over time just don't hold up well. These have a suction top that are just amazing. I really, really do love them. If you guys want to check them out, they'll be linked down below with everything else you see in today's video. Okay, while we have everything cooling, I wanted to tidy up the dishes. I kind of do this throughout the day when I'm doing a food prep day, which is at least once a week. So I like to take a moment, get everything deep cleaned, rotate those dishes if I need to. We've gone and done the laundry a couple times. It's not my favorite part of the house, so I typically don't film in there. I really wish I had my old laundry room, but we needed a closet, so we converted that space. But I do want to keep things rolling in here so I don't get overwhelmed. I like to clean as I cook, so we're going to tidy this and then we're going to keep cooking. So as of this moment, we have tidied the entire house. We deep cleaned some of our surfaces. I have already prepped all of our fruits and vegetables that were in the refrigerator. So they've been cleaned, diced, they've been put away into containers depending on what I need them for. And we got all of the kitchen cleaned from what we prepped. So now what I want to do is start prepping a couple of our meals. The first one being our Southwest, this is a shredded chicken salad. What I like about this is I can also make it into a sandwich if I want to. My husband was going to be home this afternoon, so I thought it'd be great to kind of prep this first. That way when he came home, we could both have this for lunch. I'm going to have mine in the form of a salad. You can either put a bed of lettuce under it or just eat it as is. It kind of reminds me of my chopped deli sandwich that I always do. I will share that in an upcoming video because I make it all the time. I just don't always film it. I don't know why, but it's very, very good. You basically take like a giant deli sandwich and chop it up and then put it on the bread. But I'm going to get the corn started. I got enough corn to do for this salad. And then I also wanted to pre-prep some corn in the refrigerator to throw on the grill to go with one of our other recipes. I kind of like to do this again so that by the time it's time for dinner, I find that between the hours of 3 and 5 is kind of crazy in our household. We have kids doing sports as well, so it really just depends on what's going on that particular day. But prepping fresh food to have for dinner this way really, really does help me cut down on time. I can pull the things out I need and essentially throw it together without having to waste time chopping things, cleaning things, prepping things. During the summer, I felt like I kind of slid a little. I didn't really care too much about the things I needed for, prepping dinner. The kids are in the pool until like 9 o'clock anyway, and it's just kind of like go with the flow. I'm not as regimented during the summer months, but back to school is definitely a lot more. I still have kids that need assistance with homework. My eldest, probably not so much, but my youngers for sure need a little bit of help just staying organized, staying on top of projects, especially those that are due a couple days later, because my kids will typically be like, oh, we'll do that the night before, but that creates a lot of stress for me. So I try to keep them on task. I will show you kind of where we keep all of their assignments and things in the whiteboard here in the hallway. I don't know if I show that in this video. So this salad is really, really easy. It's some of that shredded chicken. We're going to add in some corn, black beans, some of those diced bell peppers. I added in some red onions and some cilantro, mix that up, and then I'm going to use some chipotle dressing. This is very, very easy. It's just chipotle, some sour cream. You could also do yogurt, and some just a little bit of sugar, salt, and pepper. Put that in a blender. I make that pretty much every week. I love it on breakfast sandwiches. I love it on any sandwich. I love things spicy. So this is a great dish. This isn't so spicy that my eldest son won't eat it. He loves it. My younger kids, still not there in the flavor department. So I'm going to throw together a quick sandwich for my husband, a salad for myself. We're going to eat and then come back here and we're going to get started on our pasta sauce. Okay, the next thing I want to do is to process all of our Roma tomatoes that came out of the garden as of recent. My mom used to do this one of two ways. She would either boil her Roma tomatoes for her sauce or she would roast them. And I am going to actually be putting in a bunch of peppers into the oven to roast. So I'm going to boil these. And the best way to do this is to actually cut a little X in the bottom of your tomato, not the side that has the stem, but the other side. Boil them, I don't know, about 15 minutes. You'll know because the bottom of the tomato will start to naturally peel apart. Let them sit out for not too long. You don't want them to be cold, but let them sit out and then just quickly peel the skins back. It is so simple. I always cut the core out, and then we're going to throw that either into a blender, or if you want a more rustic pasta sauce, just put it back into the pot. Then add in your Italian seasonings. I like to add in just a little bit of sugar and a little bit of balsamic vinegar. And then I'll add in, salt, pepper, things like that. It just really makes a simple rustic sauce. I also will add in, this particular one, I did garlic and onions. Sometimes I'll omit the onions, kind of just depends on what I'm making. Once you cook that up, we can can it. And then when you're ready to actually make your sauce, I like to either at that point blend this in a food processor, put it back into the pan, bring it to a kind of a simmer. Then I add in things like a little Parmesan cheese, add in a little bit cream. If you want to do a vodka sauce, you can add that in. It kind of just depends, but it's a great base for many different red sauces. You could also add in some roasted bell peppers. You can add in red pepper flakes. I mean, you can really, the sky is the limit, but this is a great way to process those and just have a base red sauce, kind of like I would call like a diced tomato red sauce, ready to go all season long. Now, I don't use, only thing I use will be a San Marzano and or a Roma tomato for my pasta sauces. I do not find heirloom tomatoes to have any of the flavor profiles that I like for a sauce. So I've been a bit bummed because one, I couldn't find San Marzano tomato plants this year. So we will be doing that from seed start next year. And I only got, I think 2 or 3 Roma tomato plants. So it was a bit of a bummer, but one of my friends did have a ton of heirloom tomatoes, so I decided to make a little bruschetta. We're going to let that sit in the refrigerator overnight, sop up all that goodness. Very simple, just dice those up, add a little basil in there, some balsamic vinegar, olive oil, salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic. This is also great if you want to do a bruschetta and mozzarella or burrata sandwich. I mean, there's really a million things you can do with this. You could even take this, do a little pasta for a little pasta salad with those mozzarella balls are so good. I mean, you just can't go wrong with this season. My gosh, it is like, I just love summer garden farm to table cooking. I could do this all day long. So once I'm done with that, we're going to let that sit in the refrigerator. I like to let that kind of come together flavor-wise for at least an hour in the refrigerator before you eat it. But when we get that done, the last thing I wanted to put in the oven were these peppers. I saw these at the store and I just got really inspired. I had no idea what I was going to do with them. They're just green peppers. So I am going to roast these, take the skins off of them, put them in the refrigerator, and we are going to be making a nice green salsa with this later in the week. I wasn't prepared to do it today just because I wasn't quite sure. I also was thinking maybe doing an enchilada sauce. I don't know. But at least I have it roasted, ready to go in the oven. The other thing I thought could potentially be good was with a gazpacho soup. Now, I also wanted to get some cucumbers diced. Today, when we get this video up, I will be heading into the garden. I have more cucumbers. These I actually picked up from the store because I wanted to have them for my kids' back to school lunch. So we're going to dice those up, just put them in little containers. That way in the morning, I could just grab them, add a little salt to them, do a little hummus on the side, what have you, but at least they're diced and ready to go. Again, cutting down on that morning stress. Our tomatoes are looking good. As you can see, they slowly start to peel at the bottom. That means they're absolutely ready to come out. So we're going to pull them out. I'm going to let them sit here for about 10 minutes. I've just always found that making sure that they're still a little bit warm really helps peel that skin off a lot easier. We're going to do the same thing with those peppers that I have roasting in the oven as well. Those I typically will let cool a little bit longer. I find that when those skins are a little bit cooler, they have an easier time coming off. Tomatoes, for whatever reason, for me just seem to be the other way around. The other thing I wanted to do, since I realized I had all those jalapeños and we already did a little canning, I thought it'd be nice to chop some of these up. So we are going to slice and dice these. I ended up having a little bit more of that Southwest salad last night. After dinner, I was just like really craving it. It's so good. And I ended up putting some of these diced jalapeños on there. Oh my goodness. That was so spicy. But if you really want to kick that dish up, highly recommend doing that. Or you could even put in some cayenne pepper or some smoked paprika as well. It gives it a great smoky flavor. Gosh, it's making me think that maybe I should have that again for lunch today. It was just so delicious. As many of you know, I'm a very savory, spicy eater, so of course I would enjoy something like that. I put in my Factor meal order today. When I got up, I got a notification I need to put it in because it needs to be in by, I think, tonight or tomorrow. It comes next Tuesday, and I literally got like so many spicy things in there. And then I was like, wait, that's too much. And sometimes my boys like to eat them as well. So I ended up going with just very normal things that I thought maybe I could spice up myself. So we're just going to dice these up. I don't want these to go to waste. When we go into the garden to harvest, I guarantee you it's going to be overwhelming pepper day for me. So I definitely wanted to get these chopped up. It will encourage me to add these into some healthy meals. So these cayenne peppers, tell me in the comments down below, am I supposed to wait for those to turn red? I'm going to try to remind myself to Google this because I think about cayenne pepper in my pantry, right? It's all red. So I'm curious, are they supposed to be red? Do you leave them out? I know my Fresnos are red, but anyway, I'm really curious. I'm saving all those Fresnos because I'm going to make homemade Tabasco sauce, but I don't know anything. I've never made cayenne peppers before. So please tell me, did I pick these too soon? I am heading out to the garden. I was in there yesterday, and I will tell you, I didn't see any red cayenne peppers out there. So maybe I'm not doing this right. Maybe it's not hot enough. I mean, I am a little encouraged by the fact that the Fresnos turned red, but I only use those because I love them in making a homemade hot sauce, which we will be doing later in the season. But tell me if I'm doing that wrong. Okay, so we're going to chop up some onions. I'm going to add that into our tomatoes. I've already peeled all of those off. I'm assuming that footage didn't show up either. I don't know what is going on. It may be time for a new camera. I usually buy one like every 5 years, so it might be time for a new one, but we're going to add that in. I have some diced garlic. I am getting low on garlic, so we're going to have to process some garlic coming up here soon. We add in onions, a little Italian seasoning, and then I always like to add in a little bit of tomato paste just to keep it nice and thick. I just think that it's a nice, good addition of flavor. Here's how the peppers came out nice and roasted. We're going to flip those over 5 more minutes on the other side, and then we are going to let that cool. I was knee deep in a murder mystery at this point, which was very interesting. And I was just like, I am going to stand by this pepper because I know that I'm going to forget that I have them in there, especially when I got a good podcast going or some type of mystery, something or else. Sometimes I also like to bring in that portable TV and watch Hallmark, but right now I feel like it's all weddings, and I don't know about you, but I really don't like the wedding movie content. I only like fall, and they don't really do Halloween on there, but they kind of have it in the background of some of their fall movies, but then that and Christmas. Otherwise, I'm not really into it. Tell me if you're a big Hallmark wedding gal. For whatever reason, I just don't care for that. So for now, it's murder mysteries, Halloween related items on the podcast and things like that. Here's how the peppers turned out. We're going to put those in one of these dishes and wait for a fun recipe that will be coming up later on my channel. here's everything we processed today. We have some teriyaki chicken marinating. We have some red curry. This is gonna be a coconut curry chicken with rice. I have some shredded chicken, like a Southwest shredded chicken salad with chipotle dressing. We have shredded chicken for barbecue shredded chicken sandwiches, grapes, diced jalapeños, sliced jalapeños, cucumbers, red onions. I have some bell peppers, just halved. I have strawberries, diced bell peppers, eggs. These are hard-boiled for the kids for the week. Some dill, cilantro, basil. Here's corn ready to go on the grill anytime. And then over here we have some chilies that have been roasted, some extra dill, cucumbers for the kids, some what did I do? Bruschetta. This is the pasta sauce, chipotle ranch. These are pickled peppers and pickled jalapenos. We're gonna see what's gonna happen here. But we did all of that today, which felt really, really good to get done. It didn't take that long to do, actually. And now I've got plenty of snacks for the kids, some meals for the week, and we'll get all this put away. And I think I'm gonna try to attempt to make bubblegum ice cream for my kids. We'll see if I have enough time, because I've got a little bit of time before I get my downtime. It is a little later in the day. I went for a nice long walk. Every single day I try to either get in a walk or head to the gym or do some workout out in our outdoor gym just to stay healthy. I'm not really trying to stay fit in the sense of like weight loss as much as I'm aging, just trying to make sure I move my body every day. So this really doesn't coincide with the fact that I'm making really fattening ice cream at this moment, but the kids and I have been talking about making ice cream, and I have this vision of making sweet basil ice cream. You will have to stick around on my channel because I am going to have to perfect this recipe, but it's been in my mind for so long and I'm going to try it. I don't know how, but we're going to figure it out. So I did end up buying the Ninja creamy ice cream maker. I'll link it down below. This is a very simple recipe. I'm actually going to do 3 different recipes. One is my recipe for ice cream. The other one is going to be the Ninja's. We're going to try both. We're going to be making a vanilla bean ice cream. We're going to be making a chocolate ice cream, just very simple as the base. And then I'm also going to be making a caramel Oreo cookie ice cream. Now, for simplicity reasons, the first time I used this machine, I wanted to try something simple. So today, when the kids get home from school, this is the day after, excuse me, I'm probably confusing you all with that, but you make this, freeze it for 24 hours. It's the best way to do it. Even when I make homemade ice cream, I do it that way, but I will say, I usually just make it and freeze it in the oven. My goodness, I'm ready for breakfast. In the freezer, but it's really, really thick and it doesn't always mix the flavors well, which is why I wanted to get a mixer for this. The Ninja mixer specifically does that for ice cream. So if you guys are looking for that, definitely check it out. I also love that this particular one, was half the price of the other ones, and it came with 5 pints. So I could make many different flavored ice creams. Today, now that it's Tuesday, if I can, I'm going to be making vanilla bean lavender ice cream, and I'm also going to attempt to make bubblegum ice cream, but my bubblegum flavor isn't here until Thursday, so we're going to have to wait. I found this caramel at Trader Joe's, and I'm just going to throw it in there and see how it turns out. I didn't add any salt to this. I just want to see how the base flavors are, and then we're going to play around with this quite a bit. I cannot wait to tell you how the basil ice cream turns out, because I thought it'd be so delicious to incorporate with something kind of like, I'm thinking the idea of like mascarpone cheese recipes that I do. So maybe doing like a tomato over a puff pastry with ice cream on top. Tell me how disgusting you think that sounds. I'm going to tell you it's going to be delicious. I have a really, really good idea about it. Okay, so here are the 3 different ice creams we tried. You'll have to subscribe to my channel and come to the next video because you will see how that turns out. We will be trying that together to see which one the kids like. We have a taste test. Again, as a mom of 4, I'm always trying to find things to get the kids excited about coming home. And so today when they went to school, I told them we're going to have an ice cream tasting party when they got home. So always kind of fun things to do, very simple to make. If you guys want to try that, I will, again, link it down below because I just think homemade ice cream, there's nothing better than homemade ice cream. So now on to our second load of dishes for the day. We're going to get all of these taken out. One of the other reasons I like to start between 3 and 5, I like to get the dishwasher unloaded is I want to be able to load all of the kitchen stuff from dinner in here so that I can get that loaded before we go to bed. I don't like to wake up to dishes in the sink. I don't like to wake up to messes in general. I don't know who does, but I certainly don't. So I like to get everything done before I go to bed. Doesn't mean that I always do it. The kids put their dishes in here after dinner, and my husband will usually do, if I do cooking, he does cleaning, vice versa. I will be sharing a lot more content as far as things like day in the life videos like this if you're interested. I really would love to know in the comments down below if you liked this much longer form of content, or if you like the little ones, or maybe a healthy mix of both. This is a relatively new format, and I typically will cut out most of the things I do in here, but I figured you're doing them as well, and wiping your counters down, doing your dishes, cleaning out your coffee maker, all of those things, and I just thought it'd be fun to share it all and see what you guys thought. Guys, I'll give you a quick tour. What do you think, Marie? Oh, yeah? Tell me about it. It's hot out there, huh? Yeah? Hi, say hi. We got the house nice and clean. Huh. Here's how the kitchen looks. I'm gonna put her down real quick so I can show you the refrigerator. I love you. We've got all of this, all of our food we prepped today, our chicken that's marinating, all of our snacks, corn, chicken that's marinating, all of our stuff. This is for a little appetizer tonight. Pasta sauce, chipotle ranch, some stuff we're gonna try to pickle. And then down here I've got shredded chicken and grapes, some extra lettuce. It's looking pretty good. Got the Robo Rock working. Hi, Marie. Pepe's just relaxing. We got the table cleaned up. Just great. I have this bunch of little stains on here. We had a big wine glass stain on here. It's all gone now. Sometimes it needs... Oh! Marie, we don't do that. Okay. We need to get you a scratching post. You wanna go see Pepe? Wanna go see Pepe? Here you go. Say hi, brother. Hi, brother. Roni. Okay, he needs a bath today too. We'll get to that next. Aw. I love you, buddy. Hi. Kisses. Kiss. All the kisses. Alright, I'm gonna go pick up my son and then we'll come back for our little PM routine. I'm gonna lay some snacks out and some pencils and get the kids ready for their first Monday of homework. Some oranges, got their pencils ready, a little grab and go popcorn if they want to do homework in their room, or if they want to chill and watch a movie down here. Totally fine by me, just take a little break, and then some yogurt, just if the kids want to grab something. Otherwise, they will end up in the pantry, and we definitely don't want that. I'm going to head out and go pick up my son from high school. Marie! Are you guys playing? And I'll see you guys when we get back. I realized when I was in the refrigerator that I had a packet of chicken breast that needed to be cooked. So I ended up I can cook the stuff that's marinating there anytime this week. I decided to whip up a kind of a chicken gyro salad I thought would be really yummy. I've made this recipe on my channel. I will link it down below. Use some really delicious spices, a little olive oil, some fresh garlic. We're going to throw some diced chicken in there and then just cook that on the stovetop. This is a very, very quick and easy recipe. I think the only thing that takes a little bit of time is making the tzatziki sauce. That's kind of the dressing. But as you know, I had a ton of cucumbers in the garden, so making that was super easy. We're going to dice up some salad. My son actually had, or two of my kids actually had these rolled up in little burritos. You can put them into a pita. It really, any which way you like it. I know they traditionally come with lamb, but you can do them with chicken as well. And it really was such a quick recipe, especially after having a rather long day cooking. I kind of wasn't in the mood to do too much. So I just wanted to come in here and chop up a couple things I had left over and make sure that they got used, because trying not to waste this kind of like our biggest thing is just, if not, thank gosh we have chickens. And again, I'm going to give you a chicken update in my next video of what's going on with that. And but anyway, the leftovers, chickens love it. We always give them whatever the kids and I don't eat. My husband is kind of the one to clean up we call him the clean plate club, but if he doesn't eat it, it goes out to the chicken, so at least we don't have that much waste. But I did have a couple things left over, and since everything is so beautifully chopped in the refrigerator, I changed my mind and decided to prep dinner this way. I did just throw a couple things in here, but my husband did most of the cooking. I wanted to chop a couple things up, and I was talking to my kids while doing their spelling test prep, and kind of feels really good to be back into the swing of school. I'm not going to lie. It felt good. We had a good routine. The kids were all in a great mood. Everyone did their homework. We had a nice calm dinner. It was just kind of nice to go back in to a nice, calm, simple home kind of routine, at least for our family. Tzatziki is just either use Greek yogurt or sour cream, a little bit of lime, throw in some, I just use cucumbers. You can shred them before putting them in, but a food processor will handle all of it. Add a little bit of garlic, salt, and pepper, blend that up. I actually ran out of oregano the other day, and I needed just a little bit for this recipe as well. I did throw in some fresh dill that we had already prepped, but I need to go harvest some oregano. We'll do that in the next video as well. I'll show you how everything comes together. I plated up some simple things for the kids, a little extra cucumber, some oranges, and then we'll get their dinner as well. I did end up making them a little just pasta for the side, just as a nice extra carb. But thank you so much for joining me on today's video. It was so nice to do a long form video. I haven't done one of these, I don't think, ever on my channel. I think I've probably never done something showing every single part of my afternoon and evening. We'll do an AM routine, a PM routine, just on a day that isn't as hectic as the first real day of school. So definitely hit the subscribe button for that. Lots more decorating for fall and Halloween coming up, and not to mention Christmas. And if you want to check out this recipe, it will be linked down below. Thank you so much for joining me in today's very long day in the life, and I'll see you in the next one real soon. Bye.